Welcome, folks. This is Will, K-Mac Vintage. How's everyone doing today on this Thursday? It is a little bit after a while. It's like 1:18 p.m. here. We are on Central Daylight Savings Time. And, oh, sorry about that light behind me. I can turn it on, but I'm going to switch cameras soon, so it's okay. Um, Kind of looks like it may rain, but I think that's more in town, further down from me. So at least that covers the sun and makes it a bit nicer. We've been having some very nice weather. The temperature has been very nice, and really enjoying being on the island right now. Um, Last night I got um, 10 of my boxes of things that I was waiting for, and some of the things are kind of critical that I really needed. Um, One of them is the pins and the connectors I needed for me to complete the actually FujiNet adapter. This is it more like it. I needed this connection here and the pins to make the actually DB19 because this is a 3D printed DB19. Okay, um, so I have some more printing right now, and because I had them first made out of the resin, but I didn't like the color and they're very delicate. I can easily snap this, so I prefer them to print it out of the filament. It's a bit better there. It's a bit stronger. So the ones are resin. I'm not going to use. I'm taking them off. But and then unfortunately the pins I ordered were the female type, and I needed the male type. So, but I do have quite a bit here of other pins. I just didn't want to use them at first because these are higher higher end and more expensive pins. But they were just sitting in my collection here, so I'll end up using them anyway now because I need to get some of these Fuji nets that were sold out. It's been about 2 weeks already that people have been waiting for them. So let's go and make some ends. So let's make some of these adapters and put in these pins. Then you get an idea of what it is like. Okay, so we're gonna switch cameras and go to the well, to show you on my desk what it is that this is the 3D printed mold. This is just a DB19 connector that I'm going to use as a holder. And now I got some pins here that I need to put in. Then I take this that I already soldered on the IDC connector, and I have to put this on here and then solder the pins to this. Then I can take it out like what I have here. And then when the new items is printed, I can just slide it in. So anyway, because I got to get like 5 of these done because that's what I need. I need to ship out those as soon as possible. I may do more, but the other pins are a little bit shorter, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. So anyway, let's go to the scope so you can see what I'm doing. I hope some of you all come. This was kind of a last minute thing here. Okay, so you see, so let me do my focus here for you. Let me. So really, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start putting in these pins, and I use a socket because then I can guide them in correctly, and the item sits a lot more stable. I do have metal DB9 plugs, but I mean connectors. I have a buttload of them, and I just bought another 200 that are sitting actually Florida. But I use those for our macrometer and our Tash 20s. And the Fujinet adapter is actually designed to work with this. Um, so I had to reorder the other pins. but the thing is that they come out of China, so it's gonna take a while to ship. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and get these out. I'm not using these pins for anything else because, and I can buy these again. I do have a source on Amazon that I can buy these, but they cost more. I mean, I got 1,000 of the pins, and it didn't even cost me $12 out of China. Okay, so those are on there. You see, so these are all on here. Now I take it over my connector here, my PCB, and I gotta guide this in. And sometimes it doesn't want to go in because, oh, well, there. This one happened to slide in just perfect. Okay, now there are some screws that I have that I can screw in here. So I will put those in, and this is just to hold it while I solder. I'm not gonna keep this resin 3D printed um, connector on here. Okay, so now I push those down as low as I can. Ooh, some of these are the shorter ones, but that's okay. I can still use those. They will still solder. 3 of them are the shorter pins. Someone is here. Welcome, whoever is here watching. So now I'm gonna go solder these. And oh, I was working on this earlier and I wasn't streaming it, but then I stopped for me to run out. I had to go do some things. E.C. Kramer. I hope I'm saying your name right. Yeah, it's a good one. It's an okay day. I'm glad I got some of my stuff finally. I mean, I really needed this stuff for me to work on these things. So I'm not really worried about the solder going inside the hole on top there. I just need it to flow good around the pin and make contact with the board. Okay, I'm saying it right. All right, thank you. I'm not that much. I mean, it's just like the last few weeks I've been doing a lot more live streams. Most of mine have been pre-actually recorded things, but I don't mind the live streams. I kind of like them. I like to interact with the actual viewers. Now this one here, though, I do have to make sure I get solder in everywhere. So it's the live streams that give me that nice interaction with actually y'all. Um, a pre actually recorded is not going to do that. So, and that's why I do my streams during the day because I'm free during the day. I mean, like I said, I don't work. I am retired. So, and I leave the night for other people because you got people like Justin that has. Oh shoot! Speaking of that, I need to do my Halloween costume. I need to try to find those things tomorrow. Dave has his stream on Sunday, and I have the perfect costume of what I'm gonna be. Okay, that's all soldered. Okay, and now the actually beauty is that when I take this out, You see, all the pins are nice, equal length. They're nice, well, some just about, and they're nice and straight. You see, they're sitting in there good. But now I can take off this connector. All right, you gotta go. All right. Okay. Well, appreciate you coming back. So now I'll take out those screws I had in temporarily. Even the screws I had to order from China because I couldn't find screws this small, this size here. And the Fujinet team that created this already has all the links and everything to your buying. So now you see, now too, I can take this off. Yeah, you see, it is a different kind of pen. That's why they look a bit different, but they still work the same way. See, nice and neat. So that is waiting for the connectors that will come off the printer. They are printing, so see how much time left. 38 minutes. It's on layer 22 of 55. So, all right. So now there's also one other thing I got to put on here, which is on this side, is this little spacer. That's, oh, I melted that. Ay, ay, ay. Did I melt any of the other ones? No. 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 I wonder why I melted that one. All right. I'll have to clean this up. It's easy enough to actually clean up. Where it melted doesn't really affect much because it's just on the side here, and that's why you saw me shave some here. And inside the holes are fine. Um, let me get a Fuji net, and we can. I'll show you what this does. Okay. Basically, what this does. Well, I need to put this. I need to finish putting this on. This is a spacer that goes here. All right. So this is just a spacer to make all this nice and flush. Because when this plugs into the back of the Fuji net, you see here, you get a nice flat flush appearance. And then the actually heads of the screw that are going to be right there are not going to hit. So I need to wait on that one for the pin for the um, for the items that are printing to finish. Okay, so let's go do one more now because I think this is one of the last ones I can do. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna just start putting in some of these pins. Okay, we'll go put it in one way over here. I may use some metal ones, um, because I do have them, but I just need to see if everything lines up. It's just to get these Fujis out the door. Um, I sold a few, and the people are waiting for them. I feel bad that I haven't shipped them yet, but I did say it actually online that, I mean, it's a pre-order. Okay, these next ones are a bit shorter. All right, now I do have more here. Let me take these out of this bag and I'll put them in my bin here. These are a little bit different, but they still work. Okay, so we see those are in there now. So we take the last piece that I have now, and we're gonna put that in the same way. There we are. After this, we'll do one with the metal DB19 and see how it looks. All right, screws. I need to screw this in now. Okay. Now I can solder that. Let me fix your focus here. Ah, I went to sleep. Hold on. I should be hot enough now. I'll get rid of that. I'll get rid of that bridge. Don't worry. Okay. All right, let's get this other high one here. So I basically have to solder this like a plumber does copper pipes now, because you see, the solder will flow and get into the cracks. Yeah, that's how I melted it. Okay, this one done too. Now I can take out the mold I was saying, and you see. Difference in pins. I don't know if I want to buy that computer. Someone's selling a Franklin Apple II clone. The computer looks in very bad condition for $80. Don't know if I want it. A bit longer, but it's okay. I mean, it is in a. The length basically comes because of the pin length. See, when I put these in, they all go the same way. So it will be okay. All right. So, um, what would it look like if I use a metal connector? Here's a metal DB19. So if I was to put this, I'll put this on here. I mean, it could work. The holes line up. Then I really don't have to use that as a screw either. Let's do one and see. But before that, let me. Oh, where are they? Let's attach the IDC connector first. Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing there. I had to order these IDC connectors also. I couldn't find them from any. I had to order them from China because I couldn't find anyone that had them in the US side or Amazon or Mouser or any one of those selling them. But that's the thing. I mean, Fujin has a product that connects a lot of these older connections. And modern computers just don't use anymore. Okay, I just want to secure it well. Now we'll go in. I don't have much more of these to them. Well, we'll see. Because I want to move on. Oh, by the way, that issue yesterday with the SIP, I found the problem. It's an easy fix. It was a simple mistake, but it is a board design. But a recent change or something that we found out is going to make it that technically it's a better thing that that mistake is there. Anyway, okay, so this one is practically ready. So let's put this on here and see how it looks. See, now this one, I don't have to use the actually screws. I don't have to use any of that because I don't have a 3D printed. Um, I'm not using a 3D printed connector. Okay, so this is the one that came with it originally. I mean, it's the same height, same everything. Fits in here the same way. Okay, so it looks okay. I mean, I think I can use a metal one. So three that are done. 1, 2, 3, 4 more here. So I'll have 7. I think that's 7 units that I sold already that I need to ship. So anyway, we'll wait. I'm gonna wait then for that to finish. Now the other thing I need to do is okay. So these 3 are done. These 4 I need the bracket for. I do need to make more, but I just want to get these that I need to ship out the door tomorrow. This is an open stream, so if someone wants to join in and participate, I can send you the link, and it'll take you to actually StreamYard, and you can join in. Just put it here. Yeah, I'd rather keep it in the bag here too, where it's good. The other thing I need to do is I need to make some of these. These are the actually Tamashi screws that go in. See? But it's just a long screw and it's got a 3D printed housing on it. So I have the screws here and I have the housings here, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I mean, I already printed a lot of them, so that's 7, so that's 14 screws that I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, look at that. Perfect. 14 is going to be a good number. But there's one thing I need to do is that the actually hole is a little bit too tight, so this actually drill bit by hand here. I'm just going to make the hole a little bit bigger. Because then I can take the screw. I can take it down some and then The rest I turn. I don't want to turn it for the whole thing. That's the problem. How does that's simple as that. Okay. Very simple little fix here. Things we build to have a nicer finished product. And the fact that a little bit of it does, you do have to thread, helps because it locks it into place. So whoever thought of that, brilliant job you did. But now it could be that the hole in mine is a little bit smaller because of the differences in 3D printers. This housing should be done shortly. So basically, what this is, I mean, when you buy a Fuji net, okay, it comes with a unit, comes with this adapter. This adapter you can just plug into here, and like on an Apple IIc or a GS, you can just plug this into the smart port in the back. Okay, so then it stays on the back. It also comes with actually two cables that you could put this on the back of your machine, and one cable, the end will plug here, the other end will go here, and move this to the front of the machine or somewhere else. And one of the other cables is to connect to here to then connect to a smart port card that might be inside the machine. So you have various options, and then these are the screws that go through here like this, so that when you do plug it into the back of the machine, you can actually tighten it in and it won't fall out. This is version 1. It has the buttons here on the side. The mine that I made are version 1.1. It has them up on here on top. The LEDs are actually still here. Okay, so it's a very nice design, works very well. Um, this fell off. There we go. So very nice. And when you buy it from the site, you get it with everything. I mean, the FujiNet, the adapter, the screws, and the two cables, and it's a full set ready to go. It's already flashed. It's flashed with 1.4 version 1.4, not 1.5. I think 1.5 is the next one about to come out. I gotta see. Maybe it came out. If it did, then I will actually reflash all of these to the newer version. So once I finish this, I'll show you all the issue or what the solution was to the SIP RAM we were doing yesterday. So one person gonna get a nice metal frame. Nice metal DB19. Oh, come on. So I swear, man, for someone, for a project to people to go and think, oh yeah, well let's just use a screw like this. But then how can we do it with a thumbnail or with a thumb screw? To think to design this little thing like this. Some of them say put a drop of super glue on in here just to hold that in there, but it is tightening tight. So three of you here, hello, welcome. Appreciate you stopping in. If you're not subbed to the channel, please do sub. It will help me. I just passed 700. And also hit that like button for me. It's usually not this boring. Usually I'm doing quite a bit of other work, but I need to get these things done so I can ship them out. So the thing with the SIP RAM was that we found one of the things I was worried about was the actually height profile, because when you take a sim like actually that and you add pins to it, you're making it higher. Then you have a socket too that's higher. Then the question was, okay, well, is it gonna fit? Did I not take out enough of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I take out too many screws? Oh yeah, because I already had two on the bench. I already had one set made. Yeah, with the memory was that it was going to be kind of high, and then we were actually worried about that going into a case. Well, we now have a solution that makes it even lower than a normal sim inside a sim socket. All right, the last three. Very cloudy, dark outside, but I don't think we'll get rain here. That rain is going to go towards town. So I might make the other adapters, and use the metal. But I got to see how the pins work. I mean, they all soldered in okay. They're not. The solder fully went everywhere. one more to go. Where's my screw? There it is. Just about done. Okay, so the screws are all done now. I'm gonna put these away. Put this away. I don't need them right now. I can go back in that box. I'm gonna put this away. Might need that. Okay, I can put this away. Okay, so we have that. We have them. They can wait. What I want to do is bring out the SIP thing to show you what our solution is going to be. All right, so this is a board that I already took off one socket in front, and I put in this normal header socket, right? So yesterday, what we did was that I made a RAM. Okay, here it is, like this, and put it in, and it would not work, right? Let me make sure I get everything out of here. Okay, so I need this. I have it up here. All right, so if I was to look at this with a normal sim, you can see the actually height difference there, right? I mean, look at the SIP, which is this one, versus the normal sim. So you're quite a bit higher. All right. So we needed to have a solution for that. How do we handle that? Okay, because it is quite a bit higher, and some cases it could hit that. All right. So that was one issue that we had to do. But the reason why it wasn't working, okay, is because somehow when actually Joaquin was doing this, I don't know from what side he was working or what. He might have been working from this side. He accidentally flipped the actually connector. So instead of pin 1 being here, pin 1 is over here. So if I was to put this in backwards, like that, it would have worked fine. All right, so really there's no actually design flaw with it or problem. I mean, it works, but it's just that was backwards. So anyway, but with it backwards, we were looking. I mean, we have that actually height issue in our mind, all right? And we were like, okay, well, how can we solve that? Because you see, here's one of the boards, and he does have it marked over here. Number 1 is over here. Okay. And so this would go in like actually this, but then we have that height issue. So then today, what I thought is, okay, well, if we turn this like this, we get the same that we have now, right? But we have an AT tiny chip here in the back to handle the blink. All right, let's move that to the front. Okay, so then all 3 chips are here in front. This is still flipped. Okay, so now pin 1 is over here, but then we take our header and we put it in on the back side. So now it ends up looking like this. Okay, and this can still slide in to the socket. There it is. It's sitting in there. Okay, and the board is sitting on the PCB of the logic board. Okay, but now look at our height. We are lower than a SIM in a socket. Okay, and the other advantage with that is that now the pins are actually protected. Okay, so with the pins protected, and you can just slide this in. There you go. All right, this one strip I'm using is 1 pin short, but it just slides in like actually that, and the chips are still on this side. Okay, so I don't see how that. I mean, I'll have to try. I'll have to maybe remove another row, another SIM socket here, and put in another one of the headers, and as you see, and see what that does. See, so that's our solution for the actually height. And now we also have a much better SIP. I mean, totally different appearance of a SIP. See? And if we were to look at it at the height issue, you can see, let me zoom this in. Okay, so you can see the difference now, that the SIP is technically lower than the SIM here in the back. We sit on the board. It is fully connected. It is fully the actually 90-degree pin header is fully in the board. Okay, so we end up having something much better than our current SIMs. So if the SIM sockets are no longer available, so be it. That's fine. We have our new solution. So we have a new solution here that completely fixes that problem. Okay, and with it soldered in, I mean, I can make them from now, but these won't be blink because I won't be putting the actually AT Tiny on them. So I could use these boards that I got and just make them this way. But what I want him to do too is to actually flip everything. So this chip, he has to take all these things on here and just rotate it. So U1 over here, U2, and also the actually read and write signals, the actually LEDs and that. So see, there it is. It will just slide in and sit right there. And lower than our SIMs are today, by at least two actually millimeters or a little bit more. The sun is coming out a little bit. Let me close this. So how is that of a fix? So anyway, that's our solution for the SIMs, for the SIPs. Okay, so I'm gonna put these away now because those things finish printing. So let me get them. 1, 2, 3. I only need 4 right now. All right, they finished printing, but I need to check and see how clean they are. So we're gonna go to the scope view here. Oh, that looks nice and clean. Yeah, print is very good. All right, so if we were to take one of these now and come in the back. There we go. Very nice. Okay, there we are. Let me get the screws. Oh, I need to get my other piece for. All right, so this one already has it on. Oh no, I already put them on there, except for this one. This is the little insert. That's also 3D printed. Everything is 3D printed. Okay, put those in the bag. Has the insert, has the insert, has the insert. Okay, so all those 3 good. So these are some real tiny little screws here. And really all they're doing is to hold that 3D printed piece to the PCB, so when you go pull it apart, it does not come apart. There, done. Okay. Oh, I was gonna reuse these over here. Okay, and we're done with these. He holds it nice and tight. And all right, let me go get the little baggies, and then I can close this up. Alright, these are sold items that I need to ship, but I already have them labeled and everything, so I'm gonna keep this side. So I need to add this to the bag, and I need to add, we'll send that to Switzerland. I need to add that adapter. Add that and these two. No, that's not the one. Okay, these are all the Fuji nets I need to do. So I can send out all the Fuji nets tomorrow. Won't be today. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These other ones are the power supply PCBs that I need to send out, which we're gonna be building some of these now, because I got the stuff to build more. We got 6 Fuji nets I need to go out tomorrow. Thanks. All right, let's get the other things we need to build now. I need SI ATX power supply. Okay, we're gonna build some of these. These are the 2 SI power supply replacement boards. So I have 7 of them here. So we're gonna build 7 of them. There's just 2 things I have to add. I have to add this actually transistor. It's a 2N4401, and I gotta add the ATX connector. Those are the things I didn't have. I still gotta do the nylon screws though, but those I should be getting later today. I have the nuts, but I don't have the post and the screw. Okay, so now in my big order of Mauser stuff here, I gotta find the ATX connectors. So let's start digging. That's not it. Ah, there they are. I hope this is not the actually right angled ones. Yeah, these are the straight ones. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That leaves 3. Who's here? Thomas, hey, how are you? Where can you order the... I got the nylon stuff off of Amazon. I bought them in quantity of actually two actually 100. And these two N4401s, I got them off of Jamco. They were very inexpensive. I was ordering sockets from them anyway, so I saw they had them. So I got them from there. So this is a real simple thing. I just gotta put in the actual transistor that goes right here. This is what regulates and controls the actual soft power. Okay. Let's go to the scope view. We'll do it. We'll do them from there. Then I can go ahead and solder this on at the same time. So basically, this is the transistor right there. Thomas, later I can send you links of the ones I bought. Shattered arm probably went to sleep. Yes. Did you order the boards, Thomas? No, these are not the LCs. These are for the 2CI, but I will be making LCs also. I have the stuff now for me to make more. So I'll be adding these to the store shortly. I linked a friend who wants to replace his LCPSU, so this. Yeah, well, I'm gonna be adding them to the store. I mean, as soon as I'm done building them here. So I just don't like to add stuff to the store that I don't have built. Especially these, how fast these are selling. Not yet. I would offer the LC one, but just not worth it. Too easy to repair. Now the LC, yes and no. I mean, I've seen some LCs that are very bad. And we may have a new version of the LC1 coming real soon. Um, and this one will come with the AC/DC converter. And you won't need a Pico. So, in one way, you're saving on quite a lot of stuff. It will be a much simpler drop in. You just have to unsolder your wire harness and then screw it into the new one. The other stuff, too, will be much easier. Um, so, the LC one. So although I don't have the nylon screws yet, but I will go ahead and add these 7 to the store. They'll sell out pretty quick. I do have new boards on the way. They're actually in probably somewhere. Let me see where they are because they have already shipped. Oh no, no, those are not them. The ones that are coming, the ones that are in Miami now are the compact boards. Oh, it was just delivered to Miami today. So I ordered 25 more of these of each, and that's in Miami. So mm. So just 2 things I need to add because these are actually through hole components, and I don't get them ready done from JLC. Okay, so those are all the transistors are all in. Yeah, and of course I didn't. Hold on 1 second. I might have 8 because I have another one there, but I would have to take off some a few wires. Okay, the other thing I got to put on now is the ATX connector. So, it's nicely labeled on the back, not too telling you exactly what every pin is. Let me focus for you. Okay, so yeah, that's where it starts. So if you are watching live and you happen to be needing one of these, um, they'll be added to the store momentarily. The ones that have sold already, they are shipping, but as soon as I get my nylon screws, which hopefully are today or tomorrow, well, I hope today. Yeah, but we're gonna be making the LC one even easier. Ooh, a little bend in that one, but it's okay. My mother's home. That chime on my phone was her garage door opening. Yes, I have to monitor her. So one of the nice things with this board is that if you have a USB item inside that needs power, you can easily connect a 2-wire USB connection to this board. and then just have the pigtail of that come out. You see, like right here is where you would wire that. This is ground, and then this pin over here is the 5-volt power. These three in the middle are not connected. You see, so that's your power, and then your ground, and then you can just have that pigtail coming out and just bringing out the case, and then you have a USB connection inside. All right, and then these headers here are exactly what they say. Um, if you put some headers on here, um, you can get 12 volts, 5 volts, 5 volts, 3.3, 3.3 for anything that you may need inside. But I normally don't populate that because if you got headers on there, someone can actually short it very easily. That'll be my mother now messaging me. Nope. That's our garage door closing. So after this, we'll do the ones for the LC because I have those headers also. The LC is also one that I only need to connect 2 things. Sorry, 3 things on the LC. It needs a jumper. That's 3. At first, we had this. Why this is a lot of space here? Okay, is because at first we had it with an actually 90-degree, so that it laid flat. But then the AC to DC converter was taking up too much space, so then we had to turn this up. And it turns out that there is enough space in the case for it to be standing up. Okay. A funny story with this is that 2N4401 transistor, right? That was not what the board was originally meant to use. It was meant to use a 2N3904. And I have some of those here. I put it on the board. It works fine for me. It works fine. These transistors are coming from a multi transistor kit that I bought off of Amazon cheap. So I was like, okay, well, 3904 works, right? So I go order 50 3904s from Mouser, bring them here, put them on the board, and send one out to Colin from This Does Not Compute. He actually gets it. It doesn't work. Okay, so then I tried one here with one of those 3904s, and correct, it wouldn't work. So I'm like, my God, what is different between the 3904s I got from Amazon versus the 3904s I bought from Mouser? Can't find the difference. So then I was like, okay, well, what is equivalent to a 3904 and a 4401 is? Well, I had some 4401s here too, and I tried it. Well, yep, it worked. I bought some 3904s. They came in, I put them on, it worked. Like, okay, well, let me switch Colin's board, because at this time he sent me the board back over at VCF, and I brought it down to Cayman with me because I couldn't get it to work. I switched to 3904 and everything, could not get it to work. Put in the 4401, it works. It's weird how the 3904s I have from that multi-transistor kit from Amazon is different than the 3904 from Mouser. Now, granted, yes, I know there's some 3904s with a lot of different prefixes behind them and different things, but the hell could it be? Yeah, it is the same transistor. I mean, it's exactly the same thing. Yeah, I mean, it's better for someone in the U.S. to do the builds, okay? That's why I don't offer it as a build, because they would have to ship it and it would have to come here to Cayman to me and then back up there. No, I'm not about to do that. Plus, remember, almost everything that comes into Cayman that I buy new, like all the parts, I have to pay duty on them, okay? So I have to add 22%, okay? So, and they add the shipping on top of that too. So my cost landed is cost of goods minus the sales tax. But a lot of times I don't have to pay the sales tax in the States for stuff coming here. But anyway, it's the cost of goods plus freight all the way to Cayman. And then they take that total and add 22% of that total to what I have to pay for as a duty. So that's why I don't want a bunch of Picos and AC/DC converters coming here that I got to pay duty on, and then I got to charge that back to the customer. So it's better for you to do the builds, Thomas. Okay, I mean, I can offer the boards as they are and let people do their builds, but if they don't want to tackle that, then they can send them to you, and you can do the builds. Okay, so I have 7 of those done. Okay, so I just don't know why the 3904 would not work from Essie Mauser. I have a bunch of them that I can't use. I mean, anyway, all right, let me get the ones now for the LC. I may have one more that I can sell. I'll bring that one out too. If you want those 3904s, Thomas, one day I can send them to you. They don't do me any good. Okay, let me put this one away. Let me get the ones for the LC now. Where are you? Where are you? LC pizza box. There you are. For y'all to know what I say is that let me go get the LC stuff or this and that, is that I have a lot of my stuff in bins. And you see, and this is marked LC pizza box. So all my stuff related to this project are in this bin. Now I'm not gonna sell this one. This one is one that I use to test and play with. See, I have solder in here and it looks a bit rough, and I have jumper wires in here because I was measuring current, and that this was all for me to work on this 39. Let's see, what does this one have in it? Yeah, you see, this one has one of my 3904s in it, and it works because it's one from, it's a 3904 from my Amazon kit. Now, I know it works, but the ones from Mauser would not. All right, so let's build these now for the LC. I don't have many for the LC. Oh, shoot. Where are my LC boards? Oh, I already had them out. Yeah, you see that thing I was talking about with the actual USB cable. This is one built here. This is for the LC. Okay. So, and I have a USB cable on it. See, and it's just a 2-wire connection, red and black, and then this comes out together with the normal cable, and then I can have USB connection inside just for power though. Okay. And then this has the AC/DC converter on it, and then your ATX sits here. See? So when you buy the AC/DC converter, this is what you get. Okay, so these are just from Amazon, and they work well. They work good enough for this. So this is your input here. So this is your 110 coming in, or your 220, because these can handle 220. Okay, so they can work on either one. So this is 110 220 AC converter coming in. Your AC coming in, and you get your DC here. And that's it. All right, so I already had my boards pulled out. I only have 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. So this is for the LC now. So what I need to put on are these headers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I only have 4. And the other thing that you may have to do is when you have your AC/DC converter, is line it up and punch and then drill your holes. Okay. Because I've seen some that have a bit different lining, and so I don't pre-drill them. On these they are, but I only see they are pre-done here. All right, so now I need to find my 90-degree connectors. Let's see where those are. Make sure they are in here. Yes, they are, but about 40 of them. So maybe that's what's on the bottom there. Yep. Reason why I bought so many is because I need these also for the compact boards. I only need 4 of these right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So a lot of that is for me to build the actually compact cards. All right. So these I'm gonna now these here. Okay. I could do it now flat. Okay, but I don't. I tilt it a little bit. Okay, because the Pico has some large caps on the bottom side towards the back here that if I lay it down flat, they're going to put a lot of strain on them and they're going to be touching the board. So I tilt this so it's a little bit lifted off of the board and also helps with the airflow. Okay. Now the one that's coming for the LC, really, I mean that's um, it's going to be very simple. But yeah, I'll let you know what's happening with that. You see, and I gotta put this on here like that. So we're gonna do the small little green header first, and then we will do the other one. Then the other thing I gotta put on is a little jumper right here. Um, that is a power jumper. Okay, if that's not jumped, it will not work because that's like that. Think of it as like an actually kill as you switch. Okay, but before I do that, I'm gonna add these to the store and let's see how fast they may sell. Give me 1 second here. I'm just at a different computer. Okay, shop. LC pizza box. What am I doing? I'm adding 4 of those, right? Yeah, 4. Okay, we'll put 4. Save changes. Shop. Now we need to go to the 2SI version. 2SI power supply, and we added that. And we're going to add 7. Okay, now we go to my page. Create, post something. 2SI and LC. We're just going to post that. Why can't I tweet that? Okay. So if you're a follower, you should get a message that says that they're back in stock. A follower on my coffee site. All right, I added them back to the store. Let's see if they start selling. Who's all here? 5 people here. Okay. All right, so we're gonna solder these on the board. Go back to scope view. So this is real simple. This is just a simple header that with a flat screwdriver. You open it. Okay, you can open it and then the cable goes in and you close it down. Sorry, I went to sleep again. Um, on the new one too, what we are doing is that we've done away with these two that say NC. So instead of 7 connector, it's just a 5 connector. That's all you need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I mean, I've already ordered the new board, so, but I'm not sure they're gonna work right out the gate. To be honest, I mean, this whole project of these two boards, we've had this in the works for over a year. I'm sure Thomas can tell you that. He's known about it for a while, but it always got shelved. It always got to the back burner from other things. Never really realized how many people need a new power supplies. I think I'm gonna put on the header from now because it's the next highest thing. What is the next highest thing? Let's take a look. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. Did I not cut 4 of those? Did one fall? Did drop another one now? And I don't even have carpeting, and I can't find the damn thing on my tile floor. I know. We'll cut some more. Oh, there's one of them. Found you. When you least expect it, your actually feet are gonna touch it, and I find it. Hello, 8 people. Nice to have some viewers. If you're there, please say hi in the chat if you wish. Be nice to know who's here. If you're wondering what I'm doing, is that I use some of this sticky stuff to hold something on the board when I need it. So I'll like put in the header You see, and it keeps on falling out on me. So if I take this sticky stuff and just put there next to it, it will hold it, so then I can flip it over and I can solder it. You can find this on Amazon. I forgot what it's called. I'll look in a second. Blue something or sticky something. Adrian showed it, and that's why I saw it, and I was like, "Ooh, I want that." Now the thing with the LC, something like that, yeah, blue stock or something. Um, the LC, it needs negative 5 volts, and the Pico doesn't put that out. So this here circuitry generates the actually negative 5 volts for you, and there's a LED here too. So this here circuitry generates the actually negative 5 that you need. Yes, I need to clean my solder tip. I know. There. All right, I cleaned it after the fact. All right, so those are on. Now we can do the sockets. And like I said, I don't do the sockets flat like I see this. I tilt it. But if you do that, you. But if you do that, what do you mean I can burn myself? Okay, so I put it in at an angle. That is angled right now. So just to make sure that it stays angled, I'm gonna do the corners. There we go. So you see, so now it will be angled. Not much, just a little bit, and it's just to actually raise the back end of the Pico off of the board a little bit, and to provide some ventilation. Yeah, I like using that because then I don't burn my fingers, especially on those little headers. Those pins get hot so quick, and I'm always burning my finger. So now I will put these in an alcohol bath, let them soak a little bit. Then I'll brush them to get all of this residue off. All right, that's one of the LCs done. Next one, again angled. Thomas, the SE Stream is open. It is in SE StreamYard. So I don't know how you're set up, but if you want to join in, you're more than welcome to. Okay. Oh, you're doing your day job. So 7 and 4 I added to the website. Okay. That's 3. Last one. What am I making today? These are the LC. These are the LC power supply adapters now. The replacement boards. I did the ones for the SI already. Now I'm doing the LCs. Earlier I was doing Fujinet adapters because my parts came in, so I can get a lot of this stuff shipped out tomorrow. Uh-oh. See, it went flat on me. It's a bit too much. So these are the LC replacement boards. Not really repairing anything right now because, like I said, I got my parts last night, my orders finally from customs. So, but I did find the solution and the problem of why the SIPs weren't working. So, well, better said, I found the problem and we found a solution to the height issue. We're now going to be even lower than a SIM in a socket. You're wondering, how the hell can that be? I did build some of the 16 meg SIMs also, but I have a problem with them. They're not being recognized. I don't know if it's bad donor chips or what. So I need to build some more to see. Okay. So these are all done. Okay, so I have 4 of the LC ones. I do need to put some jumpers on here. So they're getting some nice yellow jumpers that have the actually pull tab on them. If that jumper is not on there, you will not. The machine will not power up. Okay, so those are there, and then I have also here 7 for the CI. Yeah, it may look like a complicated build, Thomas, but I had when I get them, I only have 10 things to put on. All the rest is already put on for me. Okay, so here are my 7 of these and my 4. So on the Fujinet, it wasn't too bad. I had to assemble 4 things on the back, with one of them being the SD card. The actually 2 actually buttons on top, so that's 6. The actually ESP32 is 7. Um, and then the actually IDC connector. That's it. So it really wasn't too bad of actually how many. Now, on top of that, then you have the actually adapter. Then you have to actually 3D print a lot of stuff. The case, and then you got to put in some actually light pipe, but you can just use some clear actually filament for that. And then you just melt the back of it to the case that you just printed. So it's not too hard. Um, then you do have 2 cables you need to make, and then the actually screws. So you do have quite a bit of stuff. So you do have quite a lot of things there that you need to that need to get done. All right, so these are here. Um, let me just move them off of here. All right, next thing I need to start building is some of these guys. This is the ROM Sim programmer. So on these, there's really not too much I got to put on. I got to put on the main chip, the switch, then the USB connector, and the ROM socket. That's it. Those all I got to put. Colin, hi there. How are you? And Martin, yes, hi. Yeah, these I need to make. I think I bought like 10 of them, 10 boards. I'm out of stock. What, Colin? You need one of these? You need one of these ROM programmers? I don't have any more of the frosted clear cases, so I'm basically printing my own cases here now, and they come out pretty good. They do actually print out nicely. Yep. Okay, one of these. All right. Well, let me build some. Let me get my parts box, and we'll start building them. I really don't have much I need to put on them, but I think some of the stuff is not in here. It's in my DigiKey order. All right. I think I do have one chip still in here. All right. Let me see what is in here. Yeah, I have one chip in here. I have another DigiKey order that I bought these more of these from. Make sure these are the right switches. Yeah. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, there is a little difference on these boards here because yeah, you see, this is an older board, and these two resistors. Oh, sorry, you can't see. Okay, on the first batch of these, or on a large order that we've done, these two resistors here are the wrong value. So on two of these boards, I need to change that. On this board, it's the correct value. So let me see here. What else is here? Where's my DigiKey order? Oh, my DigiKey order is everything that's in this box. All right, so I do have the rest of the stuff here. I do have more of the processors. I just took those out of my DigiKey order. So here they are here, but I have one in here, so I'm going to use that one. I have more USB connectors here. And switches, I got plenty. Okay. Rubber band gets dried out and old. This chip is not difficult to solder on, although it may seem a bit intimidating. It's not. All right, so if we go to scope view, it should already be pretty well focused in there. All right, so the big chip is all of this area here. Sorry for making you dizzy. Okay, so we're just gonna turn on my soldering iron, let it get hot again. Flux this away. All right, markers up here, so we see the orientation that has to go. So we drop that on there. And like any other chip, we do one leg at a time and drag solder it. So here I want to secure this. So I'm going to come and clear up some of this flux. So I'm looking here and here. I'm looking at both of those legs to see how they are centered. Once they're centered, I'll tap that one. I'll tap that one. Coming out of this side here. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, I'll probably, Colin, what I'll do is I 3D print the cases, and I have various colors. I mean, black, red, white, blue. I don't want to use my apple color because that's I'm running kind of low on that, and I need that for some things. I even have some metallic colors and marble colors. I even got purple. So I can print you out of cases about any color you want. Most people opt for like a white or a black case. I think I have a gray also. So I just tap that one. And then I'm going to come over here. Oh, you see I'm a bit off over there. So I'm going to loosen this one and then slide it over a little bit. That should be good now. Yeah, I have a bridge in there, but that's fine. I'll get rid of that later. Okay, so I can print out the case in various different colors. I should have, I think I got like 10 of these to build, and I'll build those this afternoon. So I'll add them to the store. Color for the case for these ROM sim programmers. Mark, sorry, Retro Techie. Nope, there are no bridges there. Don't worry. There's a lot of solder though, so I'm gonna start getting some of that off. Bit too much there. Okay. This last leg here sometimes has a tendency of not soldering. There. Give it one more brush to make sure there's no bridges. Okay. We'll do the other side now. That's one side done. Yep, 9:45 Copenhagen to Paris, and then direct to Miami over Amsterdam on the way back. So Air France and KLM. Yeah. All right, so Joaquim is going to be in Florida Saturday. Coming with the wife and the two daughters to enjoy some of Florida's weather and services. I think they're doing Disney, Universal, and Kennedy Space Center. Again, quite a bit of solder here. Let's get some of that off. Okay, that's two sides. This time I'm not going to put that much solder on my tip. Still, look at that. With just a tap of solder, and look how much is still left behind. Okay, that's three. I don't know why the solder seems to be getting so much. CPU is on. We have to do a USB connector. The USB here is the main connection to the computer, so it's just the smaller USB. It's not a hard difficult thing to solder. It's just right there. 5 pads. So all I need is a little bit of solder there. Oh, sorry, flux there. This, I need to hold it with something because my finger's too fat to hold that, you see, so nice and clear. And now I'll just tap them. And we are. I'll flip it over and just throw some solder in these holes here. Flip it back over, take a look at them here from this side. That's all right, those are holding good. I don't want to do it from this side because sometimes it will mess up the functionality of the socket or that, so it's being held good. Now I need some switches. And it's just a simple switch that goes in right there. And solder it here from the back side. Clean my tip. Alright, the switch is on. ROM socket. I had someone else that wanted a programmer too. I think it was Rudy, the one that I built that board for. This is the exact same ROM socket as used on all the boards. So it's a 64 pin. So yes, I got 64 pins to go solder right now. Almost done. After these are built, I still have to put in, I have to use a special programmer to put in the code into the microcontroller for the first time. After that, it can be flashed from the program itself. You no longer have to use the special programmer. Okay, so we have one built. That's it. I told you, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 things to put on. All the rest is already pre-done for me. I can now pop that off. I can pop this piece off too. Uh, so one is built. That's it. Okay, and I do have. Where did I put it? I do have a case. Thought I had a black one. Oh, yeah, I know where that is. I did print one here, but this isn't the apple color. But this one is spoken for. So basically, the programmer goes in. Wait a minute, this is the wrong case. Oh no, it is the right one. Okay. Yeah, it goes in like this. See, so then it will screw in to here, and then you got the top that goes on. That then it has its screw holes back here. See, this has our logo on it, KMac Vintage, and also Joachim's. Is Viking, is Mac Viking. There is a special button. There's a cover I got to put on the switch that then brings it out here, so it'll work. So it'll look like this. I printed one that was black. I just don't know where I put it. I might have put it in the bin with all the other ones. So that's one. One is already done. Yes, they work very well. You do have to download the actual software from the GitHub, or you can find Doug Brown's GitHub and download the software. It is on our GitHub also. There's Mac version and Windows version of the software, and it works beautifully. Amazing piece of software, very well written. Doug is a genius. So okay, well, let's go on to the next one now. I think this one has 9 in it. This one has 3. Yeah, I bought 12 of these because I had those 2 extra boards, so that's how. So let's do the one of 3 first. This should have just 3 of the CPUs in it. Yep, there's 3 of them. All right, so let's go back to the scope here. Now, how I program these is that with my programmer, it has special actually spring actually loaded ends that I just plug in right here, and then to the computer, and then I can flash it. And once I flash it, then after that you can update it from the software. You don't need this special connection. That's why I don't put any actually headers here, because it's only used one time. Oh, you got all the software ready? Check. Let me try. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Martin, for the link. I, now this actually processor too, compared to the version one of the programmer, the first one that Doug released, is night and day difference. I mean, this processor is amazing. What are mods for? Oh yeah, you're still a mod there. I didn't realize that. That's attacking. I got you as a mod too, so behave. You always do. Again, so I'm looking. Oh, I don't know how your focus is. Your focus good? Yeah, that's a good best I can do for you. All right, so I'm just looking at these two corner pins. Now I'll go get the other side. Heat up the flux so I can see through it. Okay, that's good. I don't want to use that dirty tip. Okay. I don't know why it seems like so much solder is getting on the tip. Now, Colin, did actually Jake have a version 2 of the programmer, or was his still version 1? I don't know if we ever got a version 2. I think he has a version 2. I'm going to get it cleared off without using the wick there. Okay, got it. Now, funny thing is, on these programmers, um, see here's my version 2. This is mine that I use, and this is where I'm telling you that I've got a header on mine here. And this too is a little bit different. The power button is on this side. On the one that we sell, it's on this side over here. Anyway, but I also have the pre-version 1. Which one was he talking about? The actually steering. I mean, I'm already using steering, but I think this one it actually rubbed off what type this one was. But this one was really none of this side was ever used. Doug never made anything to work with this side, so that's why we chopped it off. And this one too has another chip here, which gives you more actually GPIO pins for the chip. And I had some mistakes on it, so I had to manually drill and do jumps that some traces that were missing. and this had a lot more to solder on and so forth. So it was very ugh. So, but I still have it, and it works. It still works with the same software, but it's just slow. Um, I'll have to look at that V4 one. I don't know if Styria even has it yet available. Um, Flux, new version 4, Tachyflux, RC1 sample 99. That's the one you're talking about. I'm on Styria's website right now, and I see that. I do have to buy some flux, so I may order some of this. But I click on it and it won't take me anywhere. See, I see sample 88, which was version 3. Flux Styria version 4. It's not taking me anywhere yet. There was the ASM that he liked, but I don't see that here anymore now. Mm. Oh yeah, ASM here, but that's for hot air work, no clean solder, tacky paste flux. There's the ASM TF. There's a new ASM also. Universal. Yeah, I see the new ASM Universal, and I see the version 4, but I can't click on it to go anywhere. It won't let me. I can buy the version 3 and I can buy the ASM. But I still got some time. I mean, I ordered these when I'm about to go up to actually Florida. Yeah, he was sent a sample because it's still in the RC1, so I don't think they. Um, I'll have to see if when I get closer to going, if it's available yet, then I order. So anyway, let's finish this chip. So I got one side, two sides done. This is side 3. Oh, I'm putting too much solder on my tip again. This just needs a very small amount. Even with a small amount, look at how much I still ended up with here. Too much. Okay, you see, I mean, when I tell you a small amount, look how little I'm going to take off. That's it. You see, look how big of a solder ball I'm still left with. I slide that more to the middle because down here is very difficult to deal with it. Ooh, that one worked. I didn't get anything left over. Now I have something. Okay, there. Nice and clean. All right. These are all off. That's all on. All four sides done. All right, USB connector. The ASM was okay. I kind of like this one, but I don't remember which one it is. The actually writing rubbed off of it. I feel very nauseous. I don't know if my lunch was good. I feel like I may yak it back up any minute now. Okay. All right, USB is on. Now let's do the switch. Mm. Tell you, my lunch is not sitting good with me. All right, ROM socket. No, I still have the solder paste, but a lot of this stuff here doesn't need it. Um, the solder paste is good for like small little things, but then it's also good for bigger. But then you need a stencil, and I don't have too much stencils. I don't have anything with a stencil. When I order a board, I can order a stencil with it, but they charge me more for that. Oh, Colin, if you're still here watching, all those boards I got from people at VCF to fix have already been fixed and sent back to them. Some of them were boards I had to reload. I'm glad I got my Fuji's ready now to ship. I'll ship those out tomorrow. Later on, I'll set in a computer and do the online declaration for export and import into the U.S. And then tomorrow take them to the post office. All right, this one done. You break off the stuff. that too. 7 people on. I need to get some more boards. See, this is how the boards come to me from the manufacturer. There was wrap around it, but I already took 2 out, so I opened, and like here are 2. 4, 6, 8, and I already took 2 out, so I ordered 10, and I had 2 still. So I'm gonna make 12 and make those available in the store. Okay, so 1, 2. Go on to the next one. I think this is the ASM flux that I'm using. I like it because it's a little bit clearer. Okay, I mean, if you look at it right now, like over here, I mean, I can just about see right through it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna take a little dab of solder. Watch this, just a little bit, and watch. It's gonna be too much. All of that looks good. Okay, done. Okay. Let's see here. Nice. Yeah. Listening and working at the same time. I have a bunch of boards I have to finish for some people too. Need to find some time. Gotta go. All right, Martin. Early start tomorrow. Have a good stream. Thanks, Martin. You have a good evening. Okay, that's 3 sides done. I'm down to the last side now. Okay, that looks clean. Yep. USB time. Time is it? 4 o'clock almost. Okay. I'm still starting to feel lousy, so I may try to relax a little bit, see if I can get rid of this feeling nauseous. All right, switch. And that's the thing that I like about these boards is that I can order it with a lot of the stuff already on them. And then I just add the actually through hole items. The actually chip I have to add because JLC doesn't have this chip in stock. Socket. Yes, and I think that's why. I think this is the ASM one. So now next week Joaquim is in the U.S., so I won't. He'll be an hour ahead of me. The time change happens when he goes back home. It's just 1 hour ahead of me. Oh, we have, but he'll be at a theme park, so it won't be too much. Okay. That's number 3 done. It goes pretty quick. I mean, there's not much I gotta put on, so 3 of them are already done. Yeah, they need to get cleaned and actually programmed, but I'll do that later. So, got one more here. But folks, I think I'm gonna end the stream because, like I said, I'm not feeling 100%. I'm feeling a bit nauseous here. I don't know. My lunch is not agreeing with me. So, I'm gonna try to lay down a little bit and relax my head and that, and try to get over this nauseousness. But like I said, I still got some more here to actually build. I got 7 more of these here, and then I've got these other 2 boards. But on these 2, I need to change this actually resistors. It's the wrong value, so I have to change those 2 resistors. But I do have enough for me to build all of them. So I'm gonna add these 3 to the store. I'll go ahead and put them there just in case. So, but anyway, we did discuss quite a few things. We went over the SIPs. I finished those Fujis. We did the 2 SI and the LC power supply boards. I'm surprised none of them are sold yet. I mean, usually, um, usually they go pretty quick. So, Retro Techie, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Gotta be. So if you're still there, so just Benjamin, hey, thank you, thank you. Um, and yeah, and thank you for watching, Benjamin. I really actually appreciate it. It helps. Today wasn't too much of a fancy stuff. Nothing really new. Just building some things. I do have more things to build, but I can only do so many in a day. Just don't know why. It's I don't know. I think maybe one of the things I ate was a leftover that I think might have been a bit too long in the fridge, 2 days, 3 days. So I ate that, and I don't know if anyway. Anyway, folks. So I am gonna call it unless you stream. I'm gonna go and relax a little bit. Today's Thursday. I don't know if anyone is streaming tonight. Justin normally does it, but he's off this week. I think he's on vacation finally or something. So beyond that, let's see. I don't think I'll jump back on tonight, so because I like to leave the nights open for other people. So I may build more of these on my own. I'm actually off actually stream. When I'm off stream, I can do them a bit quicker. So, but you see what it is. It's just 4 things I need to add. So anyway, thanks folks for watching. Appreciate it, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Now to try to end this stream and see how it. Oh, come on, mouse. There we go. Yes, thank you.